Today we are channeling my inner textiles GCSE student and we are putting together my 2025 vision board. Yes, I got a whole little canvas for this. Romans has good student discount. I took advantage of it. But I have a little Christmas blanket because it's not the new year yet. I have a little Diet Pepsi to help me through. We also have some glue dots because I don't own a glue stick anymore. It's just not something you typically find in a student house, I found. If all else fails, I definitely have blue tack kicking around as well. And we are going to set some goals, some intentions, some manifestations for the 2025 year for me. So, in doing that, I think I need to give you a little bit of context first, especially if this is your first time seeing me. Hi, I'm Holly. I'm currently a master's student at the University of St Andrews. So, I will finish that course and graduate in 2025, and then hopefully move on to the world of work. Some of this will be surrounding what that looks like. I also really think in the past year in 2024, I felt the frontal lobe starting to develop a little bit. I'm not quite fully developed yet. I mean, I'm only 22, but I definitely feel like I'm coming into not just who I am crazy having fun at uni, but actually who I want to be going forward and starting to look towards establishing a future. This is the first year I've really taken quite a few moments where I've just stopped and thought, this is what happiness feels like, and this is what fulfillment feels like. And I want to try and create more of those moments for myself. So in my brain, I've split up my focuses for 2025 into three categories. Number one is I want to create a functional and intentional lifestyle for myself that brings me happiness and fulfillment and a good balance in my life. Number two is that I want to work towards my goals and my future, establishing a career, looking at financial stability, looking towards all of those things. And number three is about creating and sustaining both love and relationships in my life. So, first things first, I'm going to pull some things from one of my vision boards. I have an ongoing future Pinterest vision board that I add to constantly as a kind of look towards what I'm aspiring to long term. But it also has some of my shorter term goals on there. So I'm going to pull some images from there and I will put up a little screen recording for you to follow along with that as well, and we'll print them off, get them cut out, and start popping them on the vision board. Welcome to my future board. As you can see on here, I've literally labeled it future and a continuous vision board of what I'm working towards. So this is ongoing. We have everything from things to do with my masters to what I call young, dumb fun, which was very much my uni personality, all the way up to when we get into baby showers and having a family and what I want that to look like. And as I evolve as a person, so does this board. It's just keeping track of whatever I feel towards my future at any given point to keep me motivated and looking forward. And it also means when I experience certain things that I know have been on this board, I can really sit in that moment and appreciate it because I'm not planning ahead to the next thing. I already have kind of a map for that existing here. Let's start in lifestyle because that is congruent with one of my intentions for this year, a functional and intentional lifestyle. We have printed and cut out all of our little bits that we're going to stick on our vision board. And I've split them into three categories that kind of align with my focuses for the year. We have all our lifestyle stuff here. This is the biggest pile, and I put a word with each one. So this one is consistency. We have all of our work, future goals in abundance, and all of our relationship goals in harmony. So I'm going to start with the lifestyle stuff because it's the biggest section and try and arrange it on here. So, first for lifestyle, we have our goals surrounding activity and movement. I am a member of my pom cheer team here at St Andrews. I have a long history of doing dance. I have a knee injury that came about 2 years ago from cheering. And as such, I'm a little bit scared sometimes to do certain things. So, I want to keep dancing, which this photo of jazz shoes represents my desire to continue to dance and continue to go to dance classes even after I've left uni. And once again, that is represented in this photo of a dance class. I really want to work on improving my technique and also to help strengthen my injured knee and give me a little bit more confidence in movement and be able to get around easier for longer because that is, I do keep joking that I'm going to need knee surgery by 30, but it's looking a little bit more likely each week. is I want to start doing bar classes. I think they will help with the technique anyway for dancing and also just with strength and with mobility. So those are the first bits I'm going to pop on here. Next up, we have some health adjacent things, and this is to do with cooking. I want to be a lot more intentional with what food I'm making. So I have a couple different little food things here. You've got salads, you've got tacos, you've got a smoothie bowl. I've definitely, towards the end of the year, been worse when it comes to consistently cooking. I choose ease a lot of the time over what I know will give me the most energy or benefit me the most. So I just want to prioritize cooking a little bit more, being a little bit more intentional with my food shops, with what I'm making, looking at recipes before I go, all of that kind of stuff. Again, all part of this functional and intentional life I'm trying to establish. And some of that is the routine of the thing. If I have certain recipes I know I like and I can make multiple times a week, I think that's a good place to start. Next up, we have some lifestyle bits that relate to kind of mentality. So I want to get back into journaling. I bought a journal specific for my master's year, and I've kind of been terrible at updating. I want to make sure that's something I'm prioritizing. And then we also have books. I think reading is a lovely, lovely little mental break, mental exercise, and I'm trying to re-find my love for it post doing an English lit degree at undergrad. So I really want to focus on reading new books, reading diversely, looking at different representation, and figuring out what, without a curriculum to follow, I really enjoy reading again. Then finally, general socializing lifestyle things. So I want to prioritize getting back into the theatre, especially because post uni, some of my work goals means I'm going to most likely move back near where I'm from. I hope to work in London because if you're building a career, the opportunities and networking in London is kind of second to none in the UK. And one thing I didn't realize until I moved away from home, where I'm in proximity to London, is how much opportunity I had to go to the theatre and how lucky I was with my proximity to theatre. So it's a you don't know what you have until it's gone kind of thing, and I really want to make sure I'm utilizing that. Essentially, really digging into some of those interests I had when I was a kid. And then, second to that, is also the idea of socializing. I want to prioritize, and we'll see this a little bit more in the relationship section. I want to prioritize having nice experiences and catching up with friends, going to talk over a glass of wine, having dinner parties. They're my type of socializing I want to prioritize now because I've done the going out multiple times a week in clubs, uni student thing. I don't regret that. I really enjoyed it while I was doing it. I think it actually was really valuable life experience for me, but I don't think that's quite the point in my life I'm in now. I really enjoy having a glass of wine over dinner. I enjoy watching Strictly on a Saturday at home. Acknowledging those things and building them into your life and understanding where you socially find fulfillment, I think is a really big part of life in your 20s and establishing who you're going to be and who you want to be going forward. So, this is what we're looking like so far. Next, to go with my socializing, I want to go into relationships. So, a couple of these are exactly off that point about friendships. I really want to prioritize catching up with my friends, making an effort to go for nice dinners, and listening to how each other's lives are going, chatting with each other. So many of my friends are here, there, and everywhere because obviously we've all graduated, and I don't want that to be an excuse for us to not be in each other's lives and know what's going on with each other and supporting each other. So I want to make sure we're doing those catch up dinners, those really nice things that aren't just experiences but mean we really get to talk to each other and still feel like we're present in each other's lives. Then the other three in this category are to do with dating and romantic love. The reason I chose these pictures, especially this one specifically, is I like the idea of not just dating for dating's sake and having fun, but I'm looking forward to the future now. I'm looking at building a life and a partnership and a home and one day a family. So I want to really look at dating and a partner with intention. This year, I feel like, is really the year that I've got to know myself and I've got to know what brings me happiness, what brings me joy. And as such, I found so much fulfillment in my own company that I'm not just going to date because I'm lonely. I don't need the idea of romance for fulfillment. I want someone who is genuinely a partner to my life, who together we can help each other achieve our goals and kind of prosper in life together. So that's what these images are centering around. And that is our harmony section. Now moving on to abundance. Now, quite frankly, the future might be one of my biggest things I'm looking towards this year. My whole uni journey is coming to an end. I'm getting a master's degree. I know that I want to go into a professional field and I want to grow a career there as much as possible and really establish myself. And I also, the idea of working hard and really working for that future in my master's degree is very fresh in my mind as well. So that's where these kind of images are coming in a library, coffee carrying books, working. Then we also have my creative pursuits. I love creating content and I really want that to be something I take into the new year. I'm already starting to plan some of my content on here on TikTok for next year. And so I've got a camera in here. I mean, maybe I'll actually purchase a camera instead of vlogging, filming, doing everything on my phone. My iCloud storage would love me for that actually. And also I have a writing project that I started this year and I would love if I could finish that and maybe get it published or just keep working towards the goal of writing because that's something I've loved since I was a kid and I would still love to be published one day. And a lot of the ones in this section are leaning into the fact that I really want to build my professional career, but I don't want to give up things like filming, creating content, because those may not be the only things I wish to establish as a career, but they allow me to tap into a creative part of myself that I don't think I otherwise would get to use. And I want to keep hold of that part of myself. Up in this top right corner, we have kind of health, fitness, and then we go down into lifestyle, getting back into reading, journaling, looking after my body and my mind together, getting back into cooking, taking care of injuries, all of that good fun stuff. And then on the other side, on this left hand side, we have more of this focus on relationships, socializing, cultivating partnerships, both with friends and in a romantic sense. And when we get down to the bottom, we're also looking at that creativity, that career focus, the getting through the masters, the motivation to pursue the things I enjoy and build a life for the future, looking towards the future, looking forward, looking into the part of the year that will take me forward into next year as well. She's cute, is she not? She's pretty. Like I said at the top of the video, I also have a more long term focused one of these that's on Pinterest. And I really advise you kind of having a working future based vision board that's not necessarily imminent, but helps you know why you're focusing on these things in the now. And then I really do like having the physical thing you can look at constantly of your more short term, more imminent, more in the now goals that remind you this is why I'm waking up at this time to go to this Pilates class, or this is why I'm running from the library every day. Just those little motivation factors. And also by putting these words on here, harmony, consistency, and abundance, that's very much the outlook I want to go into my year with. And I hope if I focus on those goals and focus on putting that energy out into the world, then manifestation, the world will meet me and the universe will meet me and give me back the energy that I am giving to it. So this whole thing is kind of inspired by Luna Montana, who does one of these each year. And each year she then looks back on the year before, her vision board, what came true, what didn't, what came true in unexpected ways from how she intended them when they were put on the vision board. So hopefully this time next year we can come back and we will see what of this has come to fruition, what hasn't. Like I say, looking to build the professional career, but alongside that, so much of I think my personality and creativity is fulfilled through things like content creation. So hopefully, all of those things will come together and we will still be here next year to look over this and to set goals for the year looking forward. Let me know maybe your top three focuses, intentions, goals of next year. Not necessarily New Year's resolutions in actions, but intentions for the year. What's your outlook for the year? Maybe what are your three words that you want to focus on in 2025? Let me know those things down in the comments below. And I hope as we look to 2025, you all have an absolutely amazing, magnificent, and divine year.